Mr. Dominic Palms. I met Dominic 4 summers ago in a breakout session during orientation. Students there were there to hear about the programs and services that TriO offered to its students. There were about 4 or 5 students in that breakout session. And one of the things that I noticed about Dominic that impressed me was how honest and open he was about why he was continuing his education. He spoke about his family. He spoke about his desire to give back to his community. In the fall, I happened to see him sitting in the lounge of our office waiting for his intake interviews. And the reason why I can remember these details is because Dominic has had a real strong impact on my life, our program, and his peers. I have watched in awe of Dominic. I've cheered him on joyfully, and I've been inspired by his generous spirit and his dedication to his family, his studies, and his community. So please join me in welcoming Dominic Palms, a scholar, a devoted husband, a diehard Blazer fan, and a true man of his family and community. Please welcome Dominic.
Hello, everybody. I want to thank first Rosalind for that wonderful introduction. She's helped me a lot. She's been there for me. Thank you, Rosalind. Thank you very much. Hello. My name is Dominic Paz. I'll be graduating with a Bachelor's of Arts in Social Science with a focus on early childhood education this June. There was a time in my life that I never believed graduating college would be a part of my journey. I had attempted to attend college many years ago when I first graduated high school, but it was short-lived. During that time in my life, I did not have the support systems in place to be successful academically. I did not know why I was in college, and I did not have a sense of direction, so I dropped out. I was attracted to the money that could be made in the service industry, so I made a career of it. And I was financially secure and very successful for many years. After my first son, Isaiah, who's sitting right there with the cameraman, when he was born, he was 2. I realized that the social environment and the hours that I had during my bartending job, it wasn't suitable for the type of parents that I wanted to be. So my beautiful wife encouraged me to look into programs at the local community college to see what career options were out there for me. This idea both excited me and terrified me, as I had not set foot in a classroom for many years, and I'd never thought about any other career besides the one I was already engaged in. It was also scary because financially, before I was providing for just myself, but now I was providing for a family. Being that I was a new father, I wanted to be the best parent I could. I realized that I was great at working with children. I was a natural, so I enrolled in PCC's Early Childhood Education program. With that, I was able to, that's when my son was 2 years old. The benefit of that was I was able to work with my son in the classroom, so I was able to spend time with him, which is rare for college, to have my son in the classroom as well, so I thought that was very special. And I was also able to support the population of families that were similar to mine. It felt really good to not only be improving my own life, but to be a support system for other people returning to school who are trying to improve their lives. I originally planned on earning my associate's degree and stopping there, but once I reached that goal, I realized I wanted to continue further in my achieving higher education. Most importantly, I discovered that I was capable of being academically successful and graduating from college. For me, that was a successful moment within itself, and I could feel myself growing as a person in a way that benefited me, my family, and society. It was time to transfer to PSU and begin my new chapter in my life. I was ready, or so I had thought. Transferring from a community college where I had a close-knit community to a large university was much more challenging than I thought. The campus was so large and there were so many people I felt lost, nervous, and anxious all over again. It was like that first day of school. I had a difficult time engaging in school as I felt little personal connection to the university. I began to struggle in my classes and began to feel isolated and depressed. I knew that something needed to change or I was not going to be successful. And I would once again drop out of college as I did the years prior. Then I found what I had been missing. I found community. I found it here at TriO. I was making personal connections once again. I was receiving the support I needed to find direction and a sense of purpose here at PSU. I remember when I first walked into TriO, I was referred to go there by somebody who saw me struggling. She said, this is what she said, quote, she said, "Are you Mexican?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "You gotta go get some help from TriO then." So I came into TriO, and one of the first things that struck me was, out of all the departments I had been to, TriO, the staff that had worked there, they made me feel like they wanted to help me, like they wanted me there. They brought me in with open arms. I felt like somebody was actually cared about me on campus. It was the beginning of building my family here at the university. What I have learned from my experience of being part of the TriO program is that community is the most important thing for me to be successful. I feel good when I can be a part of something larger than myself that inspires me to be successful. It has not always been easy raising a family, working 2 jobs, sometimes 3 in 1 week, and being a student. I often felt spread thin, so thin that I questioned if this was the best situation for me and my family. The choice I made to continue my higher education was not just a decision that affected me, but it affected my entire family. I was not always able to be with my wife or there to tuck in my children some nights, to read them books, and to kiss them goodnight. One of the many reasons both my wife and I have stayed so committed to each other is so that our boys could grow up in a double-parent household. Something neither of us experienced ourselves. But the harsh reality is returning to school has required both my wife and I to single parent for the past 4 years, so that we were able to pay our bills, to give our boys the quality of life that they deserve. As hard as it was at times, I am so proud and happy that we, as a family, made this sacrifice, because here I am now. Soon, I'll be walking across that stage, and I will have them to share this special moment. I'm looking forward to starting a new career working with children and their families to ensure that they have the support and agency they need to be successful. My hope is to work for a child development center or a nonprofit that has programs in place that meet the needs of underserved communities and children who are in need. Mostly, I'm looking forward to the evenings with my family, especially my boys. I can't wait to come home from a job that I take pride in, to come home and do all the things with my boys that I've been missing for the past few years. My hope is that my accomplishment of graduating college and starting a new career will provide my children with the resources and support they need to have the confidence and direction to attend college after high school and be able to navigate their way successfully the first time. I believe that my participation and completion of higher education has given my children access to resources, such as the Helen Gordon Child Development Center, which both my children have been able to be a part of. Because of our experiences in higher education, my wife and I, we feel we have enriched our boys' lives, and that's something that cannot be bought, it cannot be taught, but it can only be experienced. Lastly, I want to once again thank TriO community for all their support. Good company, delicious food that they have provided during my time at PSU. I also want to thank my father for spending time with my boys where extra support was needed. I want to thank, most importantly, my wife, Savannah. She's with the purple iPhone. I want to thank you for believing in me. There are many times where I felt very lost and confused, and you had been there and showed me the real deal. You showed me the truth like I could not see it, and you have supported me through everything that's been awful and everything that has been great. And for that, I can never thank you enough. But I can let you know that I just love you so much. And I know together you and I are going to give our boys exactly what we think they need. I am so proud of the life my family and I have built so far. And I know that only the best is yet to come. Thank you all for your time and listening to my story, and congratulations to the graduates as well.